All right. What did your mom always tell you about cooking/food?
I don't know. Maybe she should have said some more. I ain't too good at it. I'll tell you what.
You're not good at cooking. I'm not either. Hey everyone, it's your girl Emily Curl, and welcome back to my virtual studio. Today we're joined by Grammy-nominated poet, songwriter, and artist Mike Posner. Hey Mike, thanks for being here.
Up though.
How's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad to be talking with you. I've been a longtime fan of yours, and I'm also a fan of your new music coming out, so I'm excited to talk to you about that. And I want to start with Mom Always Told Me. The music video, I feel like I smiled the entire time I watched it. It looked like it was so fun to create. What was that process like?
Oh man, I'm not very good at music videos. So this director named Nathan, he had a good idea. I liked it, so I just did what he told me to do, man. It was just fun. I was able to get some of my friends in it at the end and stuff, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, I just did what they told me.
Well, I have to say, my favorite part was the jumpsuit. It's fire. Who makes that jumpsuit?
Why, thank you. I forget the brand's name, but I work with a stylist named April Rumey. I should work with her more. So you can probably see when I don't have a stylist. But she brought I think she had 6 jumpsuits like that. And we tried them all on. That's the one.
Was there a close second?
There was a Supreme one I liked, but we couldn't use it because the logo was real big on the front.
Well, it's good. You made a good choice, and shout out to April. You recently celebrated a birthday. Happy belated. What did you do for your birthday?
I was in Ecuador on my birthday. Honestly,
really?
I was traveling. I was on there climbing, and so I actually it was kind of anticlimactic. It was like a travel day. The day before, I had climbed this big volcano called Chimborazo, and on my birthday, I was just driving back to the main city. Nothing really happened.
But being in Ecuador, that's pretty sick. Do you like to travel on your birthday?
No, I just don't really think about my birthday, honestly.
Really?
I'm just living my life. Wherever my birthday lands, I'm like, oh, cool.
That's funny. So my family always plays, anytime it's our birthdays, we always have to go around and say our high and our low of the year. So I have to ask you, what would you say is your high of this last year and your low?
I got to go to Pakistan and see some of the most beautiful mountains there, the Karakoram Range. I saw this one sunset on this mountain in Colorado called Capitol Peak. And it's kind of a difficult mountain to climb. And so usually you would climb it usually you try to be on the summit in the morning, 8 or 9 and go down. But we were doing this longer training and we got to go to the summit later and we knew the mountain pretty good. So we felt okay with that. And I felt like I was cheating that day. Man, this is so beautiful. I don't even know why I'm allowed to see this. That was really special because usually you technically you shouldn't be there at that time to see the sunset. What was that? My low. I remember there's one time I was working really hard and I felt super exhausted. I remember just my head went in my hands. I started crying. This time this year.
You talked a lot about nature, and I feel like that's something that's important to you, but obviously we all know 2019, you did the walk across America, East Coast, West Coast, 2,800 miles, battled a rattlesnake out in nature fully. And now that you're a little reflecting on that time, how did that time change you and change the way that you look at future projects?
It's just rocket fuel. You get good at doing hard things by doing hard things. So if I have another goal that calls to me and it's difficult, I know I can do it because I do difficult things. That's just an example of that to myself. So no one can really understand that except me or the other people that did it. It gives you a lot of courage to do whatever you want next. It's
do you find that you're more connected with nature after doing something like that?
Oh yeah, because the best part's that I walked supported. So most of the time there was an RV going ahead of me. I'd sleep inside that. And even that, you're outside almost all day, so you feel more connected. But the most was in in the desert in Arizona, in the Rocky Mountains. We used to sleep in the tent. Like, we're so disconnected, you know, but our bodies, like, our bodies just kind of know what to do. Like, the sun goes down, your body goes to sleep. Sun comes up, body wakes up. There was no insomnia before we had electricity. You know, it's like, yeah, you just feel really, really connected. You're just out there all day. Yeah, for sure.
What's the first place you made a stop on your trip that you want to go back to once the quarantine and pandemic is over?
Place that like really touched and changed me the most was the Navajo Nation. Walking there for sure.
Your song Move On is one of my favorites, especially the line, beginnings always hide themselves in ends. In fact, I would sing that at a really personal time in my life. And it's a little serendipitous thinking about we're coming up on 1 year of quarantine. And we're all feeling a little hopeful that maybe, you know, soon we'll be able to end and start a new beginning. What do you think this new beginning is going to look like for you?
I'm just going forward always. I didn't have a house, you know, I was like going back to. I didn't like unpack my bags ever. It's like, I just trying to continue to be somebody I'm proud of. I work towards that every day in the art that I'm making, the projects I'm doing. And man, I'm trying to be to my family. And so that's it. I'm just going forward. I'm not really worried about the things I can't control. Well, the world going crazy, whatever. I'm still just trying to like do the same stuff, pandemic or not.
What about for you in 2020 musically? Can we expect more music coming soon?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm always making music. It's all one thing to me. It's really weird, but like I'm always like out on the mountains or even on my walk. Like I remember hearing the birds in Illinois, different from the birds in Missouri, and recording them on my phone. I might use them later in the song. So I just love making music also, but they connect. The more other things I do change who I am, make me a better writer, better human, just a better artist.
So Mike, before we let you go, I thought we could play a quick game in honor of your new song, Mama Always Told Me. So I thought I could throw out a few scenarios at you.
Let's do it.
And you tell me what your mama always told you about it.
Okay. I'll try.
Okay. Let's start with an easy one, a basic one. Love. What did your mom always tell you about love?
I don't remember exactly like her words, but I think just like don't rush into nothing, and yeah, you just like take your time. I also always knew like it didn't matter who I love. Like my sister is gay. It doesn't matter to us. Like she never cared if I love a white person or a black person or a man or a woman.
Yeah, love is love. Great.
I don't ever remember her like saying that to me, but I remember understanding it.
Yeah, something you grew up with. Honestly, that's powerful too, to grow up in a household like that. All right, what did your mom always tell you about cooking/food?
I don't know. Maybe she should have said some more. I ain't too good at it. I'll tell you what.
You're not good at it. I'm not either.
I'll tell you what. I'm trying to get that like one good dish down for the first date.
What do you do now? What do you have a go-to?
I have one to go out.
You can always just whip up pasta. That's in my quarantine. You just can boil some noodles. That's easy.
It's embarrassing, man. Can't be out here serving girls Lucky Charms on a first date.
Some might find it charming.
I don't think so. Would you?
No.
You'd be like, what the?
That wouldn't work for me, but I said some people might.
Exactly.
What did your mom always tell you about your clothing or your style? Does she like your jumpsuit from the video?
She told me nothing about that stuff, man. I remember in middle school, I liked Sean John. I said I try to get always Sean John, like Sean John shirt and stuff. Oh, just be like, she's like, what are you doing? I don't know. I don't feel like she ever had a real opinion about my fashion and stuff.
All right, what about songwriting?
My mom, she's a straight shooter. So like, you always will know how my mom really feels. She doesn't do passive aggressive. Like, she doesn't do that. So it's like if she's mad, you're gonna know she's mad. If she's happy, you're gonna know she's happy. It's really beautiful, I think. So when it comes to my music, like if she doesn't like it, I'll know she doesn't like it. And usually she doesn't like what I'm trying to say is she never, when I was a kid, I started making music when I was 8 years old. And my music sucked because I was 8 and I was just starting. And it sucked for like 10 years, you know? And that's what a lot of young artists don't understand. Like they make one project and then they're like, where's my Lamborghini? And then they quit. And it's like, cause you still suck. You have to do it for like 10 more years. You know? She never told me she liked my stuff. She's supportive. I mean, she paid for piano, paid for drum lessons, paid for studio time. They drive me to the hood, to the 6 Mile. It was that studio I worked at. But she never told me she liked my music because she didn't. And she didn't because it honestly wasn't good yet. And then I made Cooler Than Me when I was like 20 or 21. And she told me, I really like this song.
Were you like on cloud 9 after that? Do you remember that moment?
Yeah, of course, to this day too. Like I remember when I played her Buried in Detroit. You know, anytime she says she likes something I do, I'm like, this is emotional for me. And she's like, why do you care? I'm like, because you're my mom, I know you tell the truth. She's like, but I don't really know anything about music. I'm a pharmacist, you know.
Your mom's a pharmacist?
Yeah.
Oh, my parents are both pharmacists.
Really?
Yeah, that's so funny.
They're from Atlanta too?
Yeah, and you know what's funny is my parents are both named Kim. So it's Kim and Kim Curl, and they're both pharmacists.
That's crazy.
But I love meeting other pharmacist parents. It's funny.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't care, like, that the music is your profession. You're my mom, and I know you tell the truth. I know you wouldn't tell me if you liked it if you didn't, you know? So it still touched me to this day, for sure.
Do you feel like because of your mom that you're also a straight shooter like that? You'll tell, you know.
No, I'm like the opposite. People don't really know what I'm thinking. Sometimes you need people to know what you're thinking. Like if they piss you off, you might need to tell them, you know?
Yeah.
So they don't do it again or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Mike, last one. What did your mom always tell you about pursuing your dreams?
She really told me nothing, bro. I just seen her own life. My mom's somebody. She's from Detroit. She's a hard rock. She didn't have a lot growing up. My grandfather, rest in peace, bless his soul, didn't really think she needed to go to college, you know, because she was a woman. So he didn't really help her. She worked like 2-3 jobs, went to school, worked her way through pharmacy school, started her own pharmacy. She just did it. So that speaks louder than any words, I think. You know, it's just her life.
Yeah, that's powerful. Powerful example to grow up with, for sure.
Facts. My mom is hard.
All right, well, Mike, thank you so much for being here. So nice to meet you. Thanks for playing our game, answering our questions. We appreciate the time.
You got it.
And thank you all for watching. Make sure you stream Mike Posner's new song, Mama Always Told Me, on iHeartRadio. And we'll see you all next time. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Did you like that video? You can check out more over here. And don't forget to subscribe to iHeart right here. And if you're already a longtime fan, make sure you ring the bell down below so you don't miss a single video. Bye guys.